Welcome to the April edition of Special Olympics Rhode Island magazine. My name is Henry Reddy, and joining me today are Chris Maxwell, President and CEO of Rhode Island Trucking Association, and Special Olympics volunteer and super plunger Bill Seal. Both welcome to the show.
Henry, thank you.
Henry, nice to be here.
Good to be here, my friend.
Chris, what is the Rhode Island Trucking Association? How did you partner up with Special Olympics Rhode Island?
Well, I think this gentleman to my right, your left, it was very much involved, obviously, with the Special Olympics and also with the truck torch run, I think, Bill, that you guys were involved with. And then he reached out to me one day and said, why don't we bring the trucks in and do what some other states are doing and have a truck torch convoy. And the Rhode Island Truck Torch Convoy to benefit Special Olympics was born. And we did it to, I think we'll be in our third year now, Bill. And we're off and running, and we're going to grow the events. And all credit to Bill and credit to our members and the truck owners that have come forward.
Are you doing it at the gas station in West Greenwich?
Funny you asked that. We're going to move this year because although the truck stop, well, I
know where that is. I've been there.
Right. The Travel Centers of America at Exit 5 in West Greenwich has been a great partner for our first 2 years, but we have ideas about growing it. We've got more trucks showing up, and that's an active business, Henry. There's a lot of trucks that are there when we're trying to work around them.
Yeah, truck drivers are the backbone of the country.
They are. So we get there Sunday morning, and the place is full. So we figured it was time to move it to another location, which we're going to do this year. But to TA and their staff, Mr. Laputte, the manager, they've been great parts of our growth, and they made it possible to have this happen the first 2 years, but we're going to move it this year.
Bill, can you tell me about your involvement with Special Olympics Rhode Island? How long have you been involved?
Well, my involvement in Special Olympics started a long time ago when I was in the Air Force, helping out with Special Olympics throughout my Air Force. And then once we got to Rhode Island, and got involved in Special Olympics Rhode Island. But it really took off, probably around 2012 when I got involved with the Torch Run Committee. Being a super plunger, I think it was my 6th year super plunging this year. So that's once an hour for 24 hours straight. And I've plunged all over New England, helping out other states and their programs. But being on the Torch Run Committee, we're involved throughout the year, just not the Torch Run. We, golf, Torch Run Committee, fun shoot through the Rhode Island State Police down at the preserve. And, like we said, 3 years ago, we started the Torch Run Truck Convoy.
The first time I met you, you were a police chief then.
Yep.
And yes, that's the first time I met you.
You're Foster?
Yes, Foster.
You've been a Special Olympics a long time. Chris, can you tell me what the truck convoy is and when it's going to be held?
Well, the truck convoy, unlike the convoys we've seen around in other parts of the world for protests, this is a really, really special convoy to support the great athletes of Special Olympics. This year, it's going to be held May 22nd. We switched it from the fall. The first 2 years we had it in the fall, but just for a lot of reasons, there were too many conflicts going on of other events. We didn't want to draw away from other events. So we decided to move it this year to May 22nd, which is a Sunday this year, and it's going to be at, if I'm not mistaken, the former G-Tech property, which is now IGT at Exit 6.
The old G-Tech.
Yeah, the old G-Tech, right?
Yes.
That's right.
Everyone knows, everyone in Rhode Island where Dunkin' Donuts is. Now, right, there's landmarks. Now it's the old G-Tech. So yeah, the old G-Tech exit, is it Exit 6?
X6A in West Greenwich.
In West Greenwich. And we'll be publicizing that.
Bill, what is your role at this event?
Well, like Chris said, the Torch Run contacted Chris at the Truckers Association, and right off the bat, the Truckers Association was on board. Chris was on board, so I'm on the Truck Convoy Committee, planning it along with Chris, Tracy, and a few other law enforcement throughout the state, and Chris's staff. So we're hoping to turn this into a signature event for the truck convoy, or for the Torch Run, and be in the truck convoy.
Because of COVID, now this year you can have a bigger one than you've had in the last 2 years.
We hope so. We had to cancel one, right? Did we cancel
Yes.
one, Bill? Yeah, we canceled one in 20. We had a decent turnout given the layoff because of COVID. We have a quick turnaround this year. Our last one, I think, was in September, so we're going to have a quick turnaround. But I think that, again, this is a great convoy. This is a lot of money is spent on these trucks to buy them, to maintain them, to keep them clean. Yeah. And the drivers, our industry takes great pride. So what better way to, other than when we're working and making money with them, we can't think of a better way to put them out on the road with the law enforcement that Bill brings in, the state police, all the municipalities. It's a great show of force and a great show of unity for trucking and law enforcement.
Chris, how can people register to participate in it?
I believe they can go to the Special Olympics website.
Special Olympics website.
Yep.
They have the links. We're going to be releasing press releases soon. There's mailers going out,
yep.
And there'll be a web link on there to register online, or you can register through the mail.
And I think it's really. I mean, we have some sponsorship categories, and there's some great companies that step up for those. But it's a very reasonable amount to put your truck in. It's it's a quick couple of hours in the morning. You get to put your truck out on the road, and it's a very reasonable entry amount. What do we charge on this year, Bill?
$100 for a participant.
$100 a truck for a participant, and if that's not a deal, then there isn't a deal.
Bill, how long have you been hosting this event? How has it changed over the years?
Well, like Chris said, this is in our third year. We've started the last 2 years, the first 2 years that ran, we were down at the Travel Centers of America. Again, great partner, but we want a signature event, something that all of our athletes throughout Rhode Island and their families can come to, turn it into an event. The vendors will be there. Sponsors will have an area for vendors. We'll have a DJ. We're hoping to have a lot of great raffle items so everybody can, take part in that raffle. You'll be able to welcome the athletes, and the families will be able to send the truckers off on the convoy and welcome them back. And a breakfast is included, and we're going to have a great lunch after the convoy ends.
Wow, it is great. Bill, what is new this year for the truck convoy?
Well, I think I just answered that. We're going to have
very
the DJ
good.
will be there. Again, great event. Instead of an active parking lot, Henry, we're going to have a closed-off parking lot where the athletes, the families, anybody that wants to come down can check out the trucks, walk around. Like you mentioned, Henry's, the truckers are a backbone of America. So
Yep.
they'll be able to show off their trucks. There'll be a little vendor area, some tents. The sponsors will be able to have some tents set up and check out their merchandise.
First
is
2 years,
great.
Henry, we really had to work out the bugs, consider safety and, the routes, and make sure that, law enforcement knew what we're up against. And it worked out very well, but now I think we're at a point where we can really grow this into a really marquee event with, as you said, sponsors and events, and have the athletes out there and really turn it into a truck show to support this great.
So
Chris,
it's
where
just
will the truck convoy begin and end?
Same place. It's going to end. It's going to
Do you
start.
they go away, then they
It's
come
going to
back
start
to
in
the
West
same
Greenwich
place?
at exit 6A. It's going to loop up, and we still got to decide the route. But typically, it goes up through Providence and loops around 146 and
Wow.
comes back 295.
That's a long truck ride. That is good.
And then comes back. So it's about an hour-long route. And then they come back and pull back in and dismount their trucks, and we gather and have a little lunch. And hopefully this year we'll have some show and shine awards and things to
That is
dole out.
great. And will they have any trucks that go by themselves? I saw there's some tractor trailers.
Yeah, so I think this year we're gonna, because for safety reasons, there's gonna be some, it's pretty, we're gonna have a lot of small trucks this year, tractors rather than tractors and trailers.
And it's open to athletes and families, yes, both of you?
That's
yeah?
correct, yes.
Well, we thank you for being on Special Olympics Magazine. We hope you come again. And Bill and
Anytime.
Chris, we think you would be my guest on Special Olympics Rhode Island Magazine.
Thank you, Henry.
Thank you,
Well,
Henry.
Special Olympics Rhode Island Magazine, there's exciting messages.
Welcome back to Special Olympics Rhode Island Magazine. My name is Michael Bullock. Joining me now are Stephanie Coral, the team captain for Nothing But Net fundraiser, and Special Olympics Rhode Island athlete Ryan Fleming. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Stephanie, can you tell me about your involvement with Special Olympics Rhode Island?
Yes, so in 2013, I interned for college in order to graduate, I needed to do an internship. So I chose Special Olympics and I fell in love. I helped at the Summer Games, and now last year I had the opportunity to do another fundraiser for Special Olympics. So at any point that I can get involved, I just find my way into it.
Yeah, and it's like when you're hooked on with Special Olympics Rhode Island, you're hooked on for life.
Yes, never want to leave. Yep.
Exactly.
You're right.
Stephanie, what is Nothing But Net, and where and when will it be held?
Okay, so Nothing But Net is a fundraiser for Special Olympics. It started in South Carolina with Debbie Antonelli, who is an ESPN analyst, and she started it for her son. And it's a way to raise awareness, to raise money, and what it is for 24 hours, every hour on the hour, there's a shooter from different states all over the country, and you have to make 100 free throws.
Wow.
So by the end, you have to make 2,400 free throws. There's no sleeping, so you're just up all night shooting free throws. Ryan was there last year. So it's so much fun. There's so many people who came out, and there's a live stream. It's so much fun. It's so fantastic. So this year, it's going to be May 14th into the 15th. It's going to start at noon on the 14th, and then end at noon on the 15th, and it's going to be at Cranston East High School. So anyone who'd like to come, please join. Everyone's welcome. So it's great.
Wow, I can't imagine like shooting free throws once every hour for 24 hours. And
My arm was sore, and at 3 a.m. I wanted to go to bed, for sure.
that's kind of like what I went through, because I'm a super plunger and I do it once every hour for 24 hours. So I can't imagine what it's like shooting
That might be
free throws
worse.
for 24 hours.
Yours might be worse.
Ryan, how are you involved with this fundraiser?
So I've been involved with Special Olympics for about 15 years, and this is why I have a passion and love for the sports like swimming, basketball, and golf, and bowling, etc. And over the past 4 years, I've been part of team manager for Rhode Island College Anchor Women, and exciting times because, as you can see, these medals, we became back-to-back Little East Conference champions in 21 and 22, and we became in the NCAAs this year. So shout out to Coach Cosgrove and the Anchor Women, go Anchors. And this is where I met Stephanie, a Hall of Famer legend from Rick. Steph and I have the love for the game, and Steph found out I was involved with Special Olympics Rhode Island, and we recently talked about doing this fundraiser for Special Olympics Rhode Island and Team Rhode Island delegation.
Wow, very exciting. Stephanie, as the team captain, what are your responsibilities for Nothing But Net?
So as the team captain, my responsibilities are to ensure that we get a lot of donations, to try to get as many people involved as possible. So I've been posting on social media, I've been talking to friends. Getting Ryan involved was one of the greatest things that I ever did, because his reach in the community and the support that he has is so helpful. So I'm just trying to get more and more people involved, raise more awareness around the country, within Rhode Island, so we can raise more money for athletes like you to give you the best opportunities you can have.
Yeah, so what is your goal for how many people to be involved with this?
Ooh, for a number of people, I don't know.
That's a tough
I'd
one.
love to fill the gym, but I mean, just having people constantly in there would be my goal. But mainly my goal is to have more people be more aware of Special Olympics, be more aware of how much they can help, and to be more aware of this fantastic fundraiser that can raise money. So the more money we raise, that's really what my goal is for this.
Wow, so Stephanie, do you have any spoilers of who will be participating in it?
I do have some spoilers, but I do know the governor is going to be participating, and he's going to have a challenger who's a mayor. I won't reveal who, but if you want to see who else is going to be there, everyone should come out, come join us, because it's going to be a lot of fun.
There's so many things you could keep under wraps.
So many, yes.
Yeah, you'd rather have people be there to find out who's taking part in it.
Exactly, more incentive to get people there.
Exactly. Ryan, I understand you are an athlete coach for basketball with Team Rhode Island
That's
for the
true.
USA Games.
That is true.
How will your involvement with this fundraiser help you with preparing for the Games?
Well, my involvement with this fundraiser is to cover expenses for our exciting trip to Orlando. And Steph showed me some shooting skills and free throw skills. And watching Steph's determination and perseverance into the game is what I want to pass along to my team, Team Rhode Island and the Anchor Women that I've done last year. The funds raised will probably help all the athletes from SORI, especially for those Team Rhode Island who are watching this, are going to become in the delegation for Orlando, Florida. Go Rhody.
So Stephanie, how can people register to participate or donate to Nothing But Net?
So there is a link that I believe is on the Special Olympics website, and you can go to that link, you can donate, and the way people donate is you can donate a certain amount per shot. So it's guaranteed that I'm gonna make 2,400 shots. I have to. So if they could donate a penny per shot I make, they can donate $1, they can donate a set amount, but they can go right to that link. And we actually also have a store that's available where anyone in the country can buy merchandise. There's merchandise for Team Rhode Island, Team South Carolina. So that's another way to raise money. So the proceeds from that will come back to Special Olympics.
So in other words, like even a little bit of a donation can really help.
Yes, even $5, whatever you can spare. Everything, yep, everything helps. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Ryan, why is it important to you as an athlete that we have fundraisers like this?
Good question. As an athlete, now as an assistant team athlete coach, I believe that fundraisers like the one me and Steph are doing are important for our athletes because this organization, like Special Olympics, represents inclusion and acceptance and helps support these athletes during these times financially. And on a side note, my sister Lindsay did her exhibition project, which is to sell at least 1,000 Choose to Include bracelets in terms of spreading awareness and inclusion for our Special Olympic athletes. And my bro and sister Patrick and Lindsay have been my biggest fans ever since. I learned the importance from them of supporting people like Steph and for our athletes and the programs for our Rick.
Wow. Stephanie, if anyone has questions about Nothing But Net, who should they contact?
If they have any questions, they can contact anyone at Special Olympics, Special Olympics of Rhode Island. They have the answers. Dennis DeJesus would probably be the best point person. You can find me on Facebook, and I can answer any questions you have. So they can find anything that they need through there.
Well, I really hope this fundraising event will really help, especially with me liking basketball and competing in basketball. I really hope this works out, and I thank you guys for coming on, and I really hope this works out, and good luck to you, Ryan, at the USA Games.
Thank you very much.
We will be right back after these messages.
Welcome back to Special Olympics Rhode Island magazine. Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Powers. Joining me now is Ryan Fleming, who is a Special Olympics Rhode Island athlete, and Michael Capuano, who is a Special Olympics coach. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. Mike, how long have you been involved with Special Olympics?
I've been involved with Special Olympics since about 2017. I started with track and field. A friend brought me into it, and I've been doing it ever since. You know, track and field, then golf, bowling, and basketball, and I just kept going with it. It's been a blast so far.
Nice. Now, once you're in, you're hooked, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Ryan, how long have you been an athlete?
Well, I've been an athlete for about over 15 years, and this year I've become an athlete coach for Team Rhode Island. I can't wait to represent Team Rhode Island and our great state of Rhode Island into going into Orlando, Florida as a basketball team and Team Rhode Island delegation.
Nice. And so, besides being an athlete coach, what team do you participate on, and what sports would you do besides coaching?
So, besides coaching, as an athlete, I've been part of swimming for a couple years. I've been part of bowling for a couple years, and then over the past 4 years, I've done team manager for Rick basketball, and as you can see, I'm very excited to tell you guys that we became a back-to-back Little East Conference champions in 21-22, and we recently made the NCAA tournament, which is very exciting for our Rick Anchorwomen program, so shout out to the Anchorwomen.
That's great. Congratulations to them.
Thank you.
So I understand you guys are going to be coaching basketball at the USA Games. How did you feel when you found out that you were selected? Ryan, I'll start with you.
So how did I feel? I felt really excited to be a part of this team. I mean, I can't wait to share my memories as team manager and as an athlete coach to bring motivation into this team, coming into Orlando, doing some passing, doing some defense, offense. and here to have fun in Orlando. Like, I told these guys they're so lucky to be part of a team than 450 athletes who couldn't be here. And that was a similar saying when we were in the NCAA. Coach Cosgrove was talking to our team and said, you guys are very lucky to be part of an NCAA team that more than 64 teams couldn't make it to the NCAAs.
Wow. How about for you? How do you feel about being?
You know, it's really exciting when I heard that our team was nominated and then chosen to go down to Orlando. It was like a dream because, you know, when you grow up playing basketball all the time and you kind of grow up and you can't really play as much anymore. So just being around the game all the time, being able to coach the game is, even, you know, going down to Orlando, coaching Orlando at a big tournament like that, it was really exciting. So I cannot wait.
Nice, and I bet it must be a great honor, like, you know, what it must be like for you guys as coaches, you know, to be helping a team in this experience.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Now, I understand you guys have a special friendship. Ryan, can you tell me about that?
Special Olympic friendship, that's a good question. Special Olympic friendship, we've been good coaches. We recently met as coaches, and I told Cappy that I'm very excited to be part of this program as an athlete coach and get ready to motivate you guys.
Nice. And what do you enjoy most about your friendship with Ryan?
Ryan is probably the most positive coach on our team, and I don't think we'd have a team without him because he just brings that great energy every practice, every game, every workout, every event. He's the most positive guy out there, so that's definitely my favorite thing about him.
Nice, and that's a great quality to have.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Mike, how do you think the USA Games experience will be different from any other experience that you've had with Special Olympics Rhode Island?
The biggest event that I went to is the opening ceremonies at SORI. So I'm thinking if I were to multiply it by 10, that would probably be what I get for the opening ceremonies at Orlando.
I bet it will be amazing.
Yeah, I've been told by Adam quite a lot that it's going to be top notch. So I'm real excited to see what it's going to be like.
Nice. Now, what is the team doing to train for the USA Games?
Lots and lots and lots of sprints. You know, when we play in a tournament, we'll play maybe 2 or 3 games, but down in Orlando, we have 7 days of games. So stamina and having good endurance is definitely going to be key in you know, going out there and winning games. When you have a great team like we do with a lot of star athletes, as a coach, you have to know what player can do what and what are their skills, and you work around that and you implement that into the offense. So that's really what we do, and we've had a lot of success so far.
Good. And I was thinking about, as you were saying it, you know, how sprints affect the game of basketball. So as you gave that, you know, I had a mental picture of what that all comes together like.
Yeah, we do a lot of suicides.
What's that?
So a suicide is when you start at the baseline, and there's 2 versions. I'm going to start making them do the hard version soon as they build their endurance up. But essentially what we do is we run from the baseline to half court, back, full court, back. But when I grew up, it was baseline, free throw line, baseline, half court, baseline, free throw line, baseline, full court, and then back. So I'm going to start making them do some extra work because as the games get closer, we're going to have to really kick it into high gear.
Wow. I played basketball years ago, and but then I had an ACL injury, and then that was the end for me. But if I was still playing, I'd be nervous to have you for a coach.
No way.
Ryan, how did your experience at the most recent basketball tournament help you prepare for your role as a coach at the USA Games?
Well, to follow up on the last question I answered through the connection of Rick basketball and through the experience of Rick basketball, like I said, as team manager, I motivate these girls to be the best they can be. It's not just about winning championships or winning games. It's just about you're part of a team for a reason. You're part of a team. I send these team motivational speeches to make sure they feel motivated, they feel ready, and say, "Oh, I'm so scared of the game." But that's just a case of team manager. And hopefully I will do the same thing as an athlete coach for USA Games in Orlando, for Team Rhode Island.
Okay, now how about the Special Olympics basketball tournament? Like, how did you know about your role there? what did you learn that you'll take to Orlando with you?
Well, what I learned from the tournament is like you get to experience from different teams. Think about like teams from different parts of the state, like Wampanoag Warriors or Rhode Rangers or anyone. Think of how you're going to be playing against Ohio. Think of California, Texas, and they'll be so prepared and ready to go. And that's why we keep telling these athletes that we have to prepare and be ready for this type to happen in the games in Orlando. But we're here to have fun in Orlando. That's the case.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to have fun while you're doing it.
Of course. And besides, it's Disney.
Exactly.
Yes.
The happiest place on earth.
Yeah, the most magical place on earth, let's say.
Exactly. Now, what do you think the opening ceremonies will be like?
The opening ceremonies, that's a good question. It's going to be like probably a world-changing experience. Like the 2018 USA Games when I went as a swimmer for USA Games for Team Rhode Island. It was like all the teams from different states, they were pumped, they were ready. Let's hope that this year will be the same thing, but this time in the most magical place on earth.
So what are you guys looking forward to most in Orlando?
Ooh, I'm looking forward to winning. I don't plan to go down there with anything other than a gold medal with my team. So that's I think that's my my number one. But I've never been to Disney before, so there's a lot of activities to do there with the team. So I'm excited to kind of bring the team together and have some bonding time with everybody too.
You're in for a great experience.
Definitely.
Well, I think to follow up on Mike's question, I believe I have the same answer, winning. But it's not just about the gold medal. It's just like you're there for a reason, to compete, to play, represent this great state of Rhode Island. That's what winning is. You represent this well with class, you represent the team with class, and that's just the case.
Okay. Well, thank you both very much for joining me.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thanks. We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome back to Special Olympics Rhode Island magazine. My name is Mary Irons, and I have some upcoming events to share with you. April 16th, Northern Area Games 10-pin bowling qualifier at AMF Lanes in Cranston. April 24th, Southern Area 10-pin bowling qualifier at Old Mountain Lanes in Wakefield. May 1st, Northern Area Games in a Unified Volleyball Tournament at Bryant University. May 14th and 15th, Nothing But Net being held at Cranston East High School. May 22nd, Torch Run Truck Convoy starting at the AGT parking lot in West Greenwich. June 31st, State Summer Games at University of Rhode Island. June 4th, Annual Motorcycle Run. Pre-registration is required. For more information on any upcoming event, please visit our website, www.specialolympics.org, or call 401-349-1900. Thank you for joining us this month on Special Olympics Rhode Island. See you next month.